Welcome back to the Turo Hustle, baby. Okay, today we're going to be talking about what is Turo's piece of the pie. All right, how much does Turo take out of my trip? How much do I get? Everything about that, we're just going to do a quick rundown so you guys can decide, hey, what is the best option for me and my Turo fleet going into this year? Or if you're just starting, hey, what do I do and what do I pick? So make sure you stick around and watch this whole video because there's loads of information you're going to want to know. And as always, please subscribe and welcome to the Turo Hustle. Okay, so let's go ahead and dive into this and say, hey, what does this mean for me as a Turo host, and what should I pick or what should you pick for your Turo fleet? All right, now there's 5 and you got to pick at least one. You have the 60-40 plan, you have the 75-25 plan, the 80-20, the 85-15, and the 90-10 plan, okay? So what does that mean? That means if somebody books our car for $1,000 and you're on the 60-40 plan, Turo's going to get $400 and you're going to get $600. All right, now let's say you're on the 80-20 plan. Turo's going to get $200 and you're going to get $800. Let's say you're on the 90-10 plan. Turo's going to get $100 and you're going to get $900. You can see where we're going with this. It's a percentage, okay? Now, what is the big difference between these plans? And it is your deductible. Now, your deductible is per trip, okay? So let's say I'm on the 90-10 plan, right? The 90-10 plan has a deductible of $2,500. And let's say I go out on my first trip, or my car goes out on its first trip, it gets in a wreck, it comes back to me. Now, to cover my deductible, I have to pay $2,500 out of pocket, all right? And then Turo, if my damages are eligible, will cover the rest of that cost. So let's say my car gets all fixed up, ready to go. 2 weeks later, it goes out on another trip, it gets in another wreck, and it comes back. Now I have to pay another $2,500, okay, to meet that deductible. If you're on the 60-40 plan, there's a $0 deductible, meaning if your car goes out and it gets on a trip, or gets in a wreck on your trip and it comes back, you pay $0 to get that car fixed if your damages are eligible. And you can see between the 60-40 plan and the 90-10 plan, your deductible slowly increases as you take more of the profit or the more of the earnings from Turo. It's just one big risk-reward scale, right? Are you gonna give Turo 40% of your earnings but never have to pay anything for eligible damage costs? Or are you gonna take the 90-10 plan and get 90% of your earnings but have to pay $2,500 per trip if something happens to your car? So that's just something you need to figure out. What we've done the entire time we've been on the 90-10 plan. Okay, now I'm just gonna give you a quick heads up. I'm not telling you what to do. You should really consider what your best option is. If you are just starting on Turo and you dumped all your money into a Turo car and it goes out on its first trip and it gets in a wreck, you're going to have to be responsible for paying that $2,500 deductible, even though it's on its first trip. So make sure you feel comfortable with, if your car gets in a wreck, you have to pay that deductible for the eligible damage. Okay, now what does eligible damage mean? When you're walking around the car and you're taking pictures before your trip, or you're taking pictures inside the car, you want to make sure you take clean, clear, straight on photos. So if your car does get in a wreck, or if there is some sort of damage to your car, Turo can go back and say, hey, you know what? We can clearly see in this photo that there was damage done to your car because it wasn't there before the trip started. And a lot of claims that aren't accepted, they aren't accepted because, hey, the guy skipped, you felt lazy, you didn't want to take pictures, right? The stuff on Turo is not hard to do, you just need to do it, all right? Now, on those plans, you also have $750,000 worth of liability insurance. Each plan has that, and each plan has 100% covered cost of eligible damage after the deductible is met. Okay, so really the biggest thing you need to know is, hey, it's a risk-reward scale, and what do you feel comfortable paying if something happens to your car? All right, but on the flip side, you get to bring in more revenue if things are going great with your car. The biggest question we get, okay, the biggest question we get, do I still need insurance? And the answer is yes, 100% you still need insurance. So, you know, this is your Turo plan, right? Your 80-20 plan, your 90-10 plan, this is your plan. You still need a form of Turo insurance, which they just came out with. If you have 3 cars or more on the platform, you're eligible for Turo insurance, or something like a State Farm or Progressive or somewhere up in here, right? Now, a lot of these companies, they don't like you doing Turo, so they might not cover you. It just depends. One just key thing I want to point out, if you went to, you know, the car lot and you brought a brand new car, all right, or you have a car that's financed through a bank, or, you know, a lot of times you have to have full coverage on that car if you're having it financed. So a lot of times, you know, like we said, this is your 80-20 plan, 90-10 plan, this is your Turo insurance, right? The bank will not accept Turo's insurance as a form of full coverage insurance. So they're going to make you get, you know, like the Progressive or the State Farm or somewhere over here, which is more expensive. So I just want to point that out. Wear and tear, normal exterior wear and tear also is not covered by Turo's plans, right? So you have scratches that are 3 inches or less, you've got dings, nicks, stuff like that. That stuff's not covered. And we haven't had a big deal with that. You know, you're going to get your normal wear and tear, but that's okay. So, hey, make sure you understand and you feel comfortable with picking the right plan here in Turo. Let us know if we can help you with anything else. We really appreciate everyone being here. Please subscribe, like, comment, get notified, and stay tuned to the Turo Hustle.